Welcome to the Retirement Income Show with Troy Sharpe, the CEO and founder of Oak Harvest Financial Group. Troy is also a certified financial planner professional. I'm Mark Elliot. We talk about retirement. That's what Oak Harvest is all about. Troy's got an incredible team. They're located at 920 Memorial City Way, right off I-10 in Bunker Hill. You can go to one of the best websites I've seen. A lot of great information about the team, but there's a lot of information for you as a pre-retiree or as a retiree. There's a ton of great information there. oakharvestfinancialgroup.com, oakharvestfinancialgroup.com. And now Troy's over 100 videos on YouTube. And if you'd like to watch those, you subscribe. There's no cost. Just search for Troy Sharpe and Oak Harvest, and you will have over 100 videos about any topic in your mind that you have questions or concerns about. You can watch the video right there on YouTube with Troy Sharpe and Oak Harvest. And of course, through the show today, if you'd like to sit down and chat with the team or just have a phone conversation with the team about where you are, maybe some questions or concerns that you may have, you can always give the team a call at 800-822-6434. There's no cost, there's no obligation, there's no pressure for this. Team's here to help, just don't know if they can until they hear your situation. 800-822-6434. So we're going to talk today about some of the things that you need to know about retirement and probably some of the things that you do not know about retirement. Troy, welcome.
How you doing, Mark?
Doing well. Excited to see where you go today.
Yeah, so the cool thing about doing the YouTube channel is the comments and the feedback that we receive. It's great fodder just to have a discussion on the radio show, or if I'm going to write something or even respond and create a video on YouTube for. So today what I want to do is exactly that. Talk a little bit about some of the most common comments or feedback that I'm receiving on the YouTube videos. And I really want to get back to basics today because we talk sometimes about more sophisticated retirement strategies. Sometimes we're talking about tax and how to reduce your taxable income in retirement and ultimately save less tax. And I get it on radio. Sometimes this stuff can go over people's heads because it's just not simple. It's not something that, and it's not visual. Of course, radio, it's not a visual medium. So if I was on a whiteboard and able to go through and show you how if we do this and we do that, it can save you 50 grand, 100 grand over the next few years, it's a little bit easier to digest in that visual format. But on the radio, sometimes it can be a little difficult. So I just want to bring it back to basics. One of the comments that I recently received, and it was from a video that I did, and I'm trying to explain in the video the difference between a financial advisor, a broker, and also a retirement advisor. So oftentimes, if you work in the financial industry, in most consumers' mind, and maybe this is just me, but we've helped thousands of people over the years, and this is my experience. Most people, when they first come in, they don't understand the difference. They tend to lump all financial people into this one barrel. So we created our process here to help people who are in retirement or about to get into retirement. So you might be 3 years away, 5 years away. You could be 10 years away, but you're making good money. You've saved up some good assets, and you probably haven't had that light bulb moment like the cartoons when you're a kid and you're watching and the little air bubble pops up and the light bulb goes off. We call that the light bulb moment, when you all of a sudden realize that all of this money you've saved your entire life, you no longer will be saving money. You instead will be distributing money. You'll be spending all of your savings down. There's a big psychological shift that happens there. The next thing that you realize is, oh my goodness, when do I take Social Security? I have to coordinate that with my income distribution strategy. And then the next light bulb goes off and it says, oh my goodness, all of this is going to impact my taxes. I've never had control over my taxes before because whatever my paycheck was what went onto my tax return, my 1040. So that's really the first three steps in our retirement process, is identifying the investment plan with a focus on risk management, because the investments and how we're managing risk, that's going to determine how we can expect our assets to grow. The rate at which you can expect your assets to grow determines how much income you can take in certain ways, but also how much taxes you'll pay, because all that money inside your retirement account, your IRA, your 401k, if it's growing at 8%, you're going to have significantly higher required minimum distributions and therefore significantly greater taxes when you're in your 70s and 80s than if your money today is growing at 4 or 5%. So identifying your risk tolerance, creating an investment allocation and strategy that works in conjunction with where you're going to get your income from, but then also how you're going to reduce tax over time. So we've developed this retirement process because we are retirement advisors. This is what we do every single day. We help people transition into retirement, plan for retirement, distribute income, reduce taxes, plan for healthcare, plan for estate taxes, estate transition, optimizing, all of those different pieces of the puzzle. So whether you're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years away from retirement, you will have that light bulb moment at some point as you get closer to retirement. And if you're already in retirement, the wide majority of you probably have had that moment. So this is why we've designed the system this way. This is how our process works. And this is how the service side looks once you become a client. These are the conversations we're having. We sit down. How you doing, Mr. and Mrs. Jones? Great to see you again. Look, this is what we need to talk about taxes as it pertains to your retirement. This is where we're going to get our income from the next year. This is why we think you should get your income from these places. These are the changes we should make to the investment portfolio based on the income and tax situation, as well as what's going on in the world. That's the type of discussion we have on the retirement side. But still, we get lumped into the same bucket as brokers. So if you're with a Merrill, or if you're with, one of these, an Ed Jones or an Ameriprise, okay, these are brokers. And I'm not just singling these firms out, okay, but brokers are transactional people. They usually make a commission for buying or selling mutual funds, buying or selling stocks, and it's not a relationship environment. Yes, you may have a relationship with your broker, but let's not confuse what that relationship is. It is a transactional type relationship, and that's what brokers do. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. I do think when you're in retirement, you should have a more relational type situation with the person you're working with, but somebody who also has a fiduciary responsibility to look out for your best interests. That's the big difference. So brokers are transactional. Now, there is new regulation being passed, and the industry has fought it for a long time. It has to do with the broker side, and it's the best interest rule. It's Regulation BI. The SEC and FINRA, they're trying to clean up some of the transactional nature of what's going on or what has went on in the industry for decades. But the main point is brokers are people who are transactional. On the retirement side, we are fiduciaries, but we focus our skills, our expertise, our experience in helping you retire. This is what we've done for our entire career. Brokers oftentimes work with, all the time, they work with all age groups. And then you have the financial advisor category. So anyone basically can call themselves a financial advisor. Your insurance agent, if he's selling annuities or life insurance, he can call himself a financial advisor, himself or herself. Basically anyone, your broker, your financial advisor, if they are working in a financial capacity, there is no rule or regulation whether people can call themselves a financial advisor or not. So that's just a general term. It doesn't really mean much. You need to get to the licensing side of things. So if someone is Series 7 licensed, they're a broker. That is a broker's license. It allows you to make commissions when you sell private real estate, when you sell mutual funds, when you sell variable annuities. That is a broker's role. The investment advisor side of things, that's a Series 65 license. So there are no commissions when selling real estate investments, when selling mutual funds, when selling stocks, selling bonds. There's no commissions whatsoever. You have a legal responsibility of the utmost loyalty, duty, and care to those that you represent. 1-800-822-6434, 1-800-822-6434. Give us a call to sit down and have a conversation. If you're in that pre-retirement phase or retirement phase where you're starting to have that light bulb moment, because, once you start taking income and then you are determining what tax you pay because of where you're taking that income from, the IRAs, the non-IRAs, when you take Social Security, all those decisions, they lump together like a set of dominoes, and one decision triggers all these other impacts. So that's the light bulb moment. And once you have that moment, hopefully you call us before then, but at least once you have that, that's a signal to pick up the phone and say, hey, I need to talk to somebody who specializes in this stuff, because either one, I don't have the expertise, or two, I don't have the time or willingness to go through all of this and learn. And plus, if you make a mistake, obviously it's extremely consequential. 1-800-822-6434. This is the Retirement Income Show.
Talking today about retirement basics, things that you need to know, things that you may not know. One of the things, obviously, you may not know, because we lump all financial advisors all into the same category. They are different. If you're talking about retirement, you should talk to a firm where they specialize in retirement. That is Oak Harvest Financial Group. It's all about you. Troy and his team, they're morally, legally, ethically obligated to do what is in the client's best interest. And then they don't get paid commissions on the investment side because of their licensing and the fiduciary standard, all of that. That's really important. And Troy's got a lot of videos on the YouTube channel where he talks about just the difference between a broker, an insurance agent, and a retirement planner. All financial advisors are not the same. All car dealers are not the same. All businesses you go to are not the same. It's really about the people that are behind the scenes. And that's Troy's team is incredible to help you create the plan that you need. So you think about it. All financial advisors are not the same. But if you're talking about retirement, talk to somebody that works in the retirement world. That's where Troy and Jessica and the team at Oak Harvest have really specialized. That's their whole thing every day, helping your family retire successfully if that's possible. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's needs are different. So we're going to talk about the retirement basics as we move through this program today. Glad you're with us. This is the Retirement Income Show with Troy Sharpe, the CEO and founder of Oak Harvest Financial Group. Again, the number if you'd like to chat with the team, it's 800-822-6434. A lot more to get to with Troy Sharpe. This is the Retirement Income Show. Back in 1 minute.
Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here. During these uncertain times with the market in constant flux, you need a financial professional with a steady hand who can help protect your assets and your important retirement. Now, that's why it is important that if you're concerned with your retirement income in particular, you work with someone that is conservative. And I don't mean conservative in politics, but more importantly, someone who is conservative when it comes to investing. And here in Houston, Troy Sharpe and his team at Oak Harvest Financial Group. Give them a call now, 800-822-6434. Look, we all want to preserve our wealth, but a great first step is to call Troy's team for a retirement income analysis. That's 800-822-6434. Call Troy Sharpe and the team at Oak Harvest Financial Group, 800-822-6434.
Oak Harvest Investment Services is a registered investment advisory firm. Troy Sharpe is an investment advisor representative and insurance professional. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Sean Hannity has been remunerated and is not a client.